So what it do to everybody? Ice Spice, which is a crazy scenario. So, my love life and career is in a parallel universe. If you don't know what that is, oh well. But Bow Wow been upset with me ever since the whole Ice Spice thing, right? So yeah, I like geeking, for shows and everything, because a lot of that stuff be funny to me, you know what I'm saying? So, we in the studio, man, Ice Spice, like geeking off a show. I just got finished recording a single that's going. Lots of my singles, they get released in the morning time. So I never release them at midnight. I always do it a little different. I don't like to do the same as all these other celebrities. I'm just different. So anyway, I was going to release the single Priscilla Presley, but that's going to be released after this single because I just wanted to release this shit, you know what I'm saying? And so Bow Wow comes, he's like, calling me, like, telling me to open the door. He like, yo, open the fucking door. I'm at the door right now. So I'm like, oh, all right. He's like, yo, you usually got the door open for me. So I'm like, oh, yeah, my bad. So I open the door for him. He like, yo, why you at the door lock? I'm like, cause I'm with my girl. He's like, Ice Spice, you still with that bitch? I'm like, yeah. He like, that ticking me Elmo bitch. I'm like, yo, why are you still mad about that? She forgot about it. He was like, nigga, I ain't never gonna forget that shit. You know why? Cause that bitch went right on Instagram Live and straight up, you know what? I'm too old for this shit. I'm not gonna be going back and forth with a fucking vanilla bitch. Fuck her. So I'm like, yeah, you should have been said that. He like, nah, David. See, I'm your best friend. You ain't tell that bitch that she was wrong. I'm like, yeah, I talked to her about it. I said she shouldn't have got on there. He's like, so you told her that shit. I'm like, yeah, man, I talked to her about it. He like, and what was your exact words? You know I could always tell when you fucking lying. So I'm like, yo, I told her what I told her. So he's like, you ain't telling shit. I'm like, yes, I did. He's like, yo, I know you, David. You know I know you. Your own brothers and sisters don't know you like I do. I know everything about you. I know when you lying, and you lying right now. I'm like, no, I'm not. He's like, yes, you is. You ain't say nothing to that little ice cream bitch. I'm like, look, why are you giving her all these damn food names? I'm like, yo, you do be talking about food too much. He's like, David, I don't care if I eat all fucking day. I don't give a fuck if I'm out of shape. I don't give a fuck. You think I want to go back to looking like how I used to look? I'm like, I think you do. He's like, why the fuck would you say that? Why would you sit in my face and say that shit? I'm like, because. I mean, the only reason why you would fucking eat the way you eating is because you probably thinking about how you used to be the hot shit when you was a teenager and you can never go back to that. He's like, well, we all can't be teenagers again now, can we? We all can't be like you. I'm like, what is that supposed to mean? So I'm supposed to apologize for God revealing himself to me? I'm tired of fucking explaining myself to people. I'm not doing that shit no more. If you don't understand it, you just don't understand my life. That is your fucking problem. That is not my fucking problem. I'm not gonna sit there and apologize for God revealing himself to me and giving me his powers and giving me a life that I really don't fucking understand. I don't understand my life. But I roll with what I got. He's like, nigga, you the biggest celebrity in the fucking world. All the bitches in the world want to fuck you. Why are you saying it like you a miserable motherfucker? I'm like, first of all, not all the Davids are happy. Not all the Davids have my success. He's like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm like, it's 5 different versions of me in 5 different universes. You think all of them have my life? So he like, okay. All right, I never thought about it like that. I'm like, all right, so if you ain't never think about it like that, start thinking about it like that. Okay? Why you think I'm doing this biopic story? I ain't doing it for me, because I can give two shits when niggas think about me. I'm doing it for the Davids out there that can't catch a fucking break. That's what I'm doing it for, okay? So you think I'm doing it for my damn self? You think I'm doing it for my damn health? He like, David, fuck all that shit. Why the hell why you call me here? So I'm like, I want to let you hear something. You're like, all right, play a fucking song. So I played a song or whatever like that. He was already, still mad about the whole thing about Ice Spice. I can just tell he was still on the edge about that. But anyway, I played the song. He like, you talk about Ice Spice, ain't you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you made a fucking song about Ice Spice? You only knew I asked for 24 hours. I'm like, yo, but that's kind of her. Like, that's her vocals in the background. Kind of like, I made it sound deep, like a man. He was like, that's her in the background? I'm like, yeah, like singing and harmonizing. He's like, oh my God, you didn't, she got you. She got you. I can't believe this shit. I'm like, look, man, it's not what you think. He's like, man, you just played a fucking damn song. And that shit kind of fire, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm like, you like it? He's like, man, fuck yeah, I like it. But now that I know it's about that bitch, I'm not gonna fucking like it. I'm like, all right, yo, I get it. You upset at me. He's like, David, it's beyond that shit. You lied to me. You told me that you talked to her and you didn't. Why are you lying to me? You don't gotta lie to me. I'm your best fucking friend. I'm like, yeah, you is my best friend. He's like, David, you know I'm good at characters. I'm like, okay, so what you about to say about Ice Spice? He's like, yo, she ain't right for you. She ain't right for you. I'm like, yo, why would you say that? She real sweet. He's like, yo, she ain't sweet. When she got on Instagram Live, you think what she did was fucking sweet? So you gonna sit in my face and tell me now she's sweet? Yeah, she probably sweet to your ass, but she ain't sweet to me. What she did was fucking cruel as shit. And I ain't do nothing to that bitch. She gonna get online and start bashing me. And I ain't do nothing to that fucking girl. Tell me what I did to that girl. I'm like, all right, you're right. You didn't do anything to her. He's like, so you trying to sit in my damn face and tell me that that bitch is sweet? I'm like, okay, all right. I get what you're saying. He's like, David, I ain't do nothing to that fucking bitch. She got right on Instagram Live and started attacking my ass. So I'm like, all right, okay, okay, yeah, you're right. He's like, and then you sit in my face and lie to me and say that you talked to her. What the fuck they got into you? I'm like, look, man. He's like, I know what it is. I know what it is. I'm like, what is it? He's like, when you start thinking about your damn family too much, you start acting and doing dumb shit. I'm like, well, he's like, you know I know you, David. You know I know when you start doing dumb shit and not thinking. This relationship, you not thinking this shit through. You need to go back to Jenna. I'm like, he's like, go back to Jenna, David. I'm telling you, you got a family. The girl love you. She your wife. Yeah, she done fucked up a few times and cheated on you and shit. I get it. But she ain't doing it no damn more. Go back to fucking Jenna Ortega. So I'm like, you only saying like, I'm not only saying it because she's a bitch. I'm not saying it because I expect, and she is a bitch. But I'm saying you need to go back to the girl that really love you. I'm like, I always go back to Jenna Ortega. So he's like, yeah, but you need to go back to her ass right now. So I'm like, you just saying that because he's like, David, fuck that ticking me Elmo bitch. Fuck her, okay? That bitch don't know me. And you think that this bitch can really sell out arenas? Like, let's just be real. I sold out the Madison Square Gardens every fucking year. I did that shit every fucking year. This bitch could never do it. I'm still fucking doing it. This bitch, I don't care how fat I am. I'm still selling out the fucking garden. This bitch could never do that. You can, but that bitch definitely can't. So I'm like, okay, all right. He's like, I don't care where her career at. I don't care if you put her ass on the map with that fucking movie. I don't give a shit. I don't care how popular that fucking movie get. She can never, ever sell out the fucking garden. So I'm like, all right, yeah, you right. So he's like, David, why you agreeing with me? I'm like, because you're right. He's like, so you thinking, wait, I don't, no, it's why you fucking agreeing with me so fast? So I'm like, because I don't feel like arguing with you, man. You right, man. You good? So he like, all right, so you called me all the way down here to let me listen to that fucking song? I'm like, no, I can't talk to you though, man. He's like, man, you better not tell me you want to marry that bitch. You better not tell me you want to marry that ice cream bitch. I'm like, he's like, yo, you better not divorce no Miley Cyrus over that bitch. Yeah, Miley Cyrus starting to look old as shit, but she's still bad as shit. I ain't never say she was not fucking wifeable. I ain't never say that. I'm like, I never said that either. He's like, man, you got two beautiful damn wives that everybody in the industry want to fuck. I mean, Miley Cyrus and Jenna Ortega. Like, come on now. You got family with Jenna Ortega. You knocked up Miley Cyrus. You succeeded in that shit. I'm like, okay, I did. He was like, you did something that no man could ever fucking do. Knock up Miley Cyrus. That was a fucking goal. And you did it. And you sitting up here with fucking Ice Spice. I'm like, you liked her at first. She's like, yeah, that was at first. Fuck her little ice cream ass. And you should fucking go back to Jenna Ortega or fucking Miley Cyrus. You can pick the two. I'm like, actually, I'm about to go see Bella Thorne. He like, oh, Bella Thorne's good. He's like, Bella Thorne's good too. Bella Thorne's good. I'm like, oh, he's like, yeah, Bella Thorne is definitely good. I'm like, he like, first of all, she not online attacking me. She ain't online, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, she's a sweet girl. He's like, now she is a sweet girl. Bella Thorne is a very sweet girl. But that bitch in there, she ain't no damn sweet girl. That's the damn devil. You fucking devil. I'm like, he's like, I don't care how pretty and thick her ass is. She is the damn devil. I'm telling you what I know. Anytime a bitch get online and just start attacking somebody for no damn reason, that's the damn devil. So I'm like, all right, okay. All right, I got you. So she come out, she's like, Bow Wow, I'm gonna really need you to stop talking about me. Cause I really wasn't trying to say anything, but I keep hearing your ass cause you so fucking loud. So he's like, bitch, I don't need to fucking lower my fucking voice. This is my best friend. So she like, you fucking gay. So he like, what the fuck you say to me? So he pulled out a gun. Bow Wow keep a gun on him. So he pulled out a gun. He like, bitch, I'll shoot your little fucking tinky me out. He's like, I'll shoot your tinky me out more ass. I'll shoot you right up in this fucking studio. You think because you fucking David girlfriend that I won't shoot your dumb ass? You better go take your ass back in that fucking room and mind your fucking business. So she was like, you keep talking about me and I'm not having that. Like, keep my name out your mouth. He like, and if I fucking don't, what you gonna do? I will shoot your ass and David will be calling a fucking ambulance for your little fucking ass. So I'm like, all right, look. Y'all need to chill out. He like, David, stop trying to de-escalate. He's like, stop trying to de-escalate this shit. This bitch, she gonna fucking pay for what the fuck she said about me. So like, I'm not apologizing for what I said about you because what I said about you was fucking true. And bitch, I don't need to sell out the fucking garden. He like, you ain't never gonna sell that bitch out. You ain't never gonna sell it out. You tickle me Elmo Afro, bitch. You ain't never gonna sell it out, bitch. Never. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what you say about my weight. She like, so if you don't give a fuck, why are you so emotional about it? Why are you still on your fucking feelings? Because I said that shit hours ago and you still on that shit. So he like, bitch, I wasn't talking to you. So go take your Afro ass back in the fucking room before I put one in your ass. Like a real hot one. So I'm like, all right, okay, you're not going to shoot my girlfriend. He's like, Dave, get out of the way. I will shoot that bitch. I will shoot her if she don't get her ass back in that room. You better go tell her fucking Afro ass to get back in that fucking room. So I'm like, all right, okay, all right, look, go in the room, Ice Spice. She's like, you lucky I'm only listening to David. You so lucky. So he's like, yeah, you lucky too, bitch. Because you would have stayed out here a moment longer. I would have started putting the mad hot ones in you. And I don't even give a fuck if I went to jail. So I'm like, all right, okay. She went in the room, yo, Bow Wow. Yo, you gotta go. He's like, oh, you kicking me out? I'm like, yeah, man, because you out of control. With you got a fucking damn attitude problem, man. He's like, I got an attitude problem. Really? All right, David, I'm going to leave. But I'm going to let you know one fucking thing. I'm always going to be your best friend. That bitch is a thing of the past. I'm telling you right now, you're going to get tired of fucking that little Elmo Afro bitch. I'm telling you that right now. You're going to get tired of it, and I'll be right here. I'll be right here waiting for your apology. I'm like, apology? He's like, yeah, because you going to apologize for treating me like this. So I'm like, all right, man, all right. So he leave or whatever like that. Bow Wow was on his feelings. So Bow Wow goes on Instagram Live and, Ice Spice sees the, Instagram Live. Now, you probably wondering, well, why is she following him on Instagram? I guess early in her career, she probably started following him because he followed her or whatever like that. And she probably just never unfollowed him. So she gets the notifications that Bow Wow is on Instagram Live. So he's on Instagram Live and he going off in the car. He's like, man, my best friend David Sims, that nigga far gone. That fucking Ice Spice bitch got him. Got him. I'm telling you, she got him. She got him in his hooks. She got his ass. Now I ain't gonna lie, I know David probably piping the shit out that bitch, but that ain't the point. You ain't see what I seen in there. This bitch is literally every fucking where. I mean, he even got this bitch in the fucking studio. Like what the fuck? And then this bitch gonna come out and gonna tell me that I need to lower my voice. Bitch, David's my best friend, bitch. I don't give a fuck if that's your man. I knew his ass way before your afro ass came into the picture. You fucking hoe. Stupid ass bitch. So I'm looking at this shit. He's like, David, I'm so sorry I'm saying this shit about your girl, but she is the fucking devil. That ice cream bitch is the devil. I'm telling you. So I'm like, yo, she like, I don't know why he's saying that stuff, but I'm like, look, just don't entertain it. Don't get back on Instagram Live and respond to that shit. She's like, I'm not gonna respond to it. I'm like, don't respond to it. Just let him get his anger out. You know what I'm saying? Bow out this angry. That's it. She's like, you're a good ass friend. I don't know why you took his shit so long. I'm like, well, he is my friend at the end of the day. She's like, well, what am I? I'm like, you're my beautiful girlfriend. She's like, what if I wanted to be a little bit more than that? I'm like, well, we gotta see where this go from here. It's like, okay, I'm down with that. So her friends was calling her and she answered the phone. She's like, Ice Spice, girl, we thought you was fucking dead in the ocean. She's like, what? She was like, where the fuck you been at? We've been calling you for fucking hours. So she's like, oh, I'm sorry. Me and David just got really caught up. So she's like, how many times he gonna stick his dick in you, girl? So she's like, I don't know, as many times as he want to. I'm his girlfriend. So they like, wait, y'all fucking dating already? She's like, whoa, when you seen me, we were going out on a date. So she's like, yeah, but I'm saying you already his girlfriend. Don't you think that's a little bit too fast? So she's like, this is not the fucking oldie days where you gotta wait for a fucking month to ask somebody to be your girlfriend. So I mean, like things are right fucking fast. We talk about the modern days, girls. Like, get with the times. So she's like, yeah, but nobody makes somebody their girlfriend that fucking fast. So she's like, well, we did. So get over it. We celebrities. We can do what we want. So she's like, okay, but anyway, we were supposed to have girl nights out. So she like, oh yeah, um, yeah, I'm gonna have to cancel. So she's like, what? You canceling girls' night? You supposed to be performing. So she's like, yeah, I ain't going. So she's like, yo, that promoter already paid you. You can't just back out of that shit, Ice Spice. He can sue your ass. She was like, yeah, David gonna reimburse him. So she's like, oh, so your little rich boyfriend gonna pay for everything. So she like, yeah. So what? You wanna spend time with me? So she like, wow, you never turned down a fucking show. Are you fucking kidding me right now? So she's like, yeah. I mean, like, I've been performing like for the past few months. I'm kind of tired. I need a break. She's like, yo, you are at the hype of your she's like, you're at the hype of your career. You really gonna take a break for some dick? So she's like, it's not just any old dick. It's David Dick. So she like, okay, yeah, all right. I can see the wedding bells happening right now. She's like, what is that supposed to mean? She's like, he gonna knock your little ass up and your career gonna be over. Cause ain't nobody gonna want to support you when you get pregnant. So she's like, so I mean, lots of people have careers after they get pregnant. She's like, really? Let's just think about it. Um, Cardi B. Cardi B gets pregnant. Have like what, two kids? Her career haven't been the same since. You name one actual fucking hit that people listen to right the fuck now. That people saying. And don't give me that Cardi B wants to fucking leave the industry because I'm really not buying that shit. She only saying that because ain't nobody buying her fucking records. Any celebrity that's a fucking singer or rapper, they always say that they retiring when they realize that nobody's fucking with them. So she's like, okay, that's just one celebrity female that got pregnant. She's like, Beyonce. She like, no, that's not true. Cause Beyonce got multiple kids and she really fucking still popular. She's like, but you ain't no damn Beyonce. She's like, yeah, but you just named her like she's irrelevant. She's very much so still relevant. She was like, that bitch gonna be irrelevant if she don't take them ticket prices down. That bitch got $2,000 worth of ticket prices. Ain't nobody gonna pay that shit. So she's like, okay, yeah, you got a point there. She's like, yeah, so what I'm saying to you, she might be on demand right now, but she not after those fucking ticket sales. Ain't nobody paying no fucking $2,000 to go see her ass. So she can hang that shit up. So she's like, yeah, you got a point there. She's like, all I'm saying to you is, you ain't no damn Beyonce. And you damn sure ain't no Rihanna. So she like, so I'm not a fucking singer. I'm a rapper. So she's like, yeah, but what I'm saying to you, you are not them. Where when they had babies, they was at the status where they could have babies. You're not at that damn status. That means that you still gotta fucking perform and give everybody what they want. If you start backing out now and not doing your fucking shit, I'm telling you, your ass gonna be irrelevant. You just gonna be a thing with like one fucking hit under your belt, like Cardi B. And literally like her ass. She thought that she was like a fucking Nicki Minaj where she could just have a baby and everybody still love her. Look, let me tell you something. When you are a female rapper and you get really fucking hot, when you get hot to the damn point where everybody checking for you and you at your prime, that means that you cannot let they ass down. The moment that your dumb ass get pregnant, they gonna start fucking with you because niggas gonna stop fantasizing about fucking you. Is that what you want? So she's like, I mean, you work this damn hard to get to this damn moment and you gonna throw it all away for some dick? David don't have to do that shit. He at his peak. This man is too damn fucking famous. So it's like he can walk out on movies, he can walk out on shows and still be fucking relevant. You can't do that shit. So you really want to tell me on this phone that you want me to tell that damn promoter that you ain't coming? So she like, fine, I'll come. So it's like, good, you made the right decision. So she hang up the phone. She's like, David, I gotta go. I don't want to, but I have to. I'm like, all right. It's like, baby, but I promise you, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna come right to you. I'm gonna call you, okay? I promise. I'm like, all right, I understand. It's like, I don't want to leave. I don't, baby. I don't, but I have to. I'm like, it's okay, baby. It's in this city, right? It's like, yeah, it's at a club. But after that, I promise you, I'll be right here. I promise. I'm like, all right, but I ain't gonna be right here. I gotta make a few runs anyway. She's like, all right, can we meet up here after I'm finished? I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right, okay, let me go get ready. So I'm like, I love you, girls. Like, I love you too, and we can get started making that baby. I'm like, all right. It's like, I don't care. You can get me pregnant. So it's like, I didn't really become a rapper to be like really popular. Like, I just want money. I'm like, okay. It's like, yeah, that's all I want. I just want money. I don't really give a fuck about all that other shit. Cause who the fuck want to be so damn famous where they can't walk down the street? I just seen that shit with you. She like, I seen that shit with you, being around you, and you can't even walk down the street without your fans going crazy, fluttering in the damn streets. Like, I don't want to be able to deal with that shit. That's nowhere to. She's like, that is no type of life to live. So I'm like, I get it. She's like, I don't want to live that type of life. I just don't. That's too fucking stressful, and that's too much fucking damn pressure on anybody back. That's a lot of fucking pressure and stress. And I'm not that type of bitch that can deal with that shit. So she's like, I would definitely, yeah, I don't want to be that damn famous. Like, whatever, if being pregnant make people stop fantasizing about me, then so be it. Because I was never a hoe anyway. So she's like, anyway, I'm going to get ready and go ahead and do the show. And I promise you, once I'm done, I'll be right here front and center, mister. I'm like, all right, you go ahead. She's like, all right, I love you, baby. So I'm like, I love you too. So I get in the car, right? And I remember, the rapper Gorilla, she was calling me, but I didn't know that it was actually her. So Gorilla calls up Bow Wow, right? Now the rapper Gorilla, I don't think that she ugly. A lot of people be saying that she ugly, but I don't really think that she ugly. I think that she pretty as hell and got a body on her. I think she definitely bad as shit. I don't think she ugly. I really don't think Gorilla is ugly. I don't know why people be saying that she is, but I don't think she ugly. So I remember, she calls up Bow Wow. He like, hello. So she like, it's Gorilla, the rapper. He's like, I don't know who the fuck you is. I got you in my phone. Like, I got you I got you in my contacts. What do you want? I ain't in a mood right now. So she like, David will forgive you. So he like, man, don't fucking talk to me about no fucking David. Fuck him and his little tickle me Elmo bitch. So she like, all right, I'm actually calling you about David. He like, oh fuck no, I ain't getting in the middle of none of this shit. I ain't doing this shit again. I ain't walking down this road again. What the fuck you want to talk to me about? So she's like, can you tell David I want to talk to him? She's like, why the fuck is all you goddamn bitches on his dick? God damn. She's like, he is fine. That boy is cute. He is really fucking cute. And it ain't just about him being cute. I love his movies, his music. I just think he is totally fucking amazing. She's like, yeah, 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 yeah. David is a fucking catch. Yeah, yeah. He's my best friend. Tell me something I don't know. So she like, yeah, can you call him for me? He like, no, fuck no. You call his ass up. She's like, I did, but he answered the phone. Can you just please tell him that I want to talk to him? So he like, hmm. If you fucking talk to him, that means that he won't deal with that little ice cream bitch. And she'll be out of the picture. You know what? I will fucking do it. All right. Yeah, I'll call him. So he called me up. I'm like, Bow Wow, what's up, man? He's like, man, look, I apologize. You know how I get? You know how I get? I'm like, yeah, Bow Wow, I know how you get. He's like, oh, so you ain't accepting my apology now? Or we gonna be like that now? That's what we doing now? I'm like, Bow Wow, I'm not mad at you, man. He's like, yo, guess who called me? I'm like, who? He's like, that rapper Gorilla. I'm like, I ain't interested, man. He's like, what the fuck you mean you're not interested? You told me you liked her. I'm like, I do like her. He's like, so you said you wanted to fuck her. And you got an opportunity. Because she called me and she said she want to call you and talk to you. I'm like, all right, I'll answer the phone. I'll talk to her. He's like, yeah, yeah, that's good. All right. I just wanted to call you and let you know that. So I'm like, wait, why are you doing this shit? He's like, no reason. So he hang up the phone. He's like, yeah, he gonna have to get rid of that Afro bitch after her. So Gorilla calls me, right? I'm on my way to see Bella Thorne. So I'm like, hello? So she's like, hey, it's Gorilla. I'm like, yeah, the rapper Gorilla. She's like, how'd you know? I'm like, cause I kind of, know your voices from the interviews and stuff. She's like, you look at my interviews? I'm like, I seen maybe one or two of them. She's like, oh, okay. Well, I know this sounds very awkward because we never really worked together. I know you're probably wondering how I got your number. I'm like, how did you get my number? She's like, through a lot of contacts. It was a whole lot to get your number because there was a lot of people not trying to give it up. But yeah, like I had to do a lot to get this number. So I'm like, so what are you calling me for? She's like, well, I was calling you because I was wondering if we could like hang out. We don't have to hang out tonight. Um, maybe tomorrow or something. I don't know. Anytime you want. You pick the date. So I'm like, hang out and do what? So like, I don't mean we can look at a movie together, talk and get to know each other, whatever you want. So I'm like, okay. I think later on tonight will be good. It's like, okay, cool. I guess I'll see you tonight then. I'm like, all right, do you wear panties? She's like, what type of fucking question is that? Of course I wear panties. So I'm like, okay, it's like, what, you think I just walk around bald headed and shit? I'm like, I'm just asking. It's like, yeah, I wear panties. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to know. It's like, okay. What, you want me to be in my panties when we look at a movie? I mean, because I can do that. I'm like, you can say, I mean, if that's what you want. So I'm like, yeah, I like this. Like, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna like come in my panties, but I'm gonna have clothes on. I'll take my clothes off when we like get, I guess comfortable. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. She's like, all right, well, I see you in I guess few hours. So Gorilla gets off the phone with me, and her friend's like, girl, what are you doing? He dating Ice Spice. She was like, I don't give a fuck about no damn Ice Spice. I'm shooting my damn shot. So she's like, yo, that girl is crazy. So she's like, I don't care how crazy that fucking bitch is. She ain't more crazier than me. So she was like, okay, so you really willing to go up against Ice Spice? So she's like, I'm willing to go up against any bitch to get that man. So she's like, okay, I'm just letting you know if you're willing to go up to war with that bitch, then go ahead. She's like, that bitch don't got that girl do not scare me. Her fucking rhymes don't scare me. She don't even rap about being a gangster. So it's like, why would I be afraid of this bitch? So she's like, look at this girl. You think I'm afraid of her? So she's like, okay, all right, I get what you're saying, but she's still crazy. She's like, I don't care how crazy that bitch is. She ain't more crazier than me, and she ain't more street than me either. So she's like, okay, all right. I mean, I think she's really serious about David. She's like, I don't care how serious that bitch is. So what? You think that she the only bitch that David fucking? David got multiple girlfriends. Multiple. Multiple. So she's like, okay, he do. So she's like, yeah, so what makes you think he gonna settle down with that bitch? Anyway, I'm gonna get ready for my date. So I go see Bella Thorne and she opened the door. She looked like she had an attitude. But then I looked at her eye and it was kind of like red and purple, like bruised up, almost like somebody hit her in the eye. So I'm like, whoa, what the hell happened? It's like, I got into a fight with my husband. So I'm like, so what happened? She was like, he he wanted to have sex. I wasn't in the mood to have sex. And he was very pissed. Like he was like, you haven't been in the mood to do shit. Every time I want to have sex with you, you don't want to fuck. And he right. And I'm like, well, I'm just not in the mood to have sex with you when I come home. And so he like, you ain't that busy where you can't give me pussy. You gotta be fucking somebody or somebody gotta be turning your ass up for you to be this damn tired. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need to explain anything to you. I don't need to tell you anything. And so he was like, yeah, that's where you got me wrong. Because bitch, I'm your husband. You gotta tell me everything, bitch. So he kept calling me out my name and I threw a vase at his ass. And the vase broke and hit the fucking wall. And then I threw a lamp at him. The lamp broke. And then I just threw pots and pans at him because he kept calling me out my name. And I just got really fucking angry. And so I remember as I'm throwing all this shit, I start throwing up. And I'm like, okay, that was weird. Out of the blue, I just start vomiting. So after I threw up, he walks over to me and hits me in my eye. And then he like leaves out the house. That's pretty much it, but I'm not going back there. I'm like, okay, so he hit you in your face. She's like, yeah. And then he left. So I'm like, you think he? She's like, he might know. I mean, even if he do, the spark wasn't there. I already told you, David, that I don't even think the love part was there anymore. Like, it just don't feel like how it don't feel like how it was when we first got together. It just don't feel like that anymore. And sometimes that love shit just dies. It just do. Not everybody stays in love. Not everybody stays married. So it's like marriages die, marriages come and go. I'm like, yeah, you right. You got a point there. It's like, yeah, and I'm not into his ass anymore, and I'm into you. When I'm around him, I think about you and just what type of stuff we gonna get into when we get around each other. Like I don't know. I just don't give a damn being around him. So I'm like, you want to tell your mother? She's like, I don't need to tell my mother, but I'm pretty sure my husband is. He gonna go to my mother and cry and bitch and moan, and he thinks that my mother is gonna get me to go back home. I'm a grown ass woman. I make my own decisions. She already called me. She already called me, and I already told her ass off. I'm like, Mom, stay out of my fucking marriage. Stay out of my marriage. You don't know what the fuck is going on. Did he tell you that he socked me in my fucking face? And she was like, oh, I didn't know he hit you. So I'm like, yeah, did he tell you that he gave me a black eye? Did he tell you that part? I bet you he left that shit out. Which he fucking did. I hate when people, when fucking husbands go to the girl mother, they always leave out that they beating the shit out of the fucking daughter. I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. She was like, I mean, even though he didn't really beat my ass, he did punch me in my fucking face. So it's like, So you gonna tell my mom about the argument, but you're not gonna tell her that you socked me in my fucking face and gave me a black eye. You ain't gonna tell her that part, right? Because if he would have told her that part, she wouldn't have even called me. She didn't even know. She's like, oh, I didn't know he hit you. He hit you, or that changes everything. So she didn't know that because he didn't tell her. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, and so I'm like, Mom, please stay out of my marriage. You don't know what just happened. He hit me, and the love just ain't been there. And it just haven't been there for a long time. So you think you know what you're talking about and trying to lecture me on marriages, and you just not in the place to do that. I love my mother, but she just not in the place to do that, to tell me how a marriage is supposed to go. So it's like, Ma, I love you, but just please just stay out of my fucking marriage. So, I told her that I ain't yell at my mother, but I was at first because she was starting to piss me the hell off. So I'm like, okay. So like, yeah, I hate when mothers call their daughters up and try to tell them to go back to their husbands. Why? So he can beat my ass some more? So he can fucking drag me across the fucking floor, whip my hair, make me feel like I'm fucking shit? Why don't you go back to his ass? Why don't you take that fucking abuse? Since you think he a good ass man. Like, so yeah, my mother ain't called me after that because she pretty much know that the nigga hit me, put his hands on me. So me and Bellathorn, we made love. We cut up, and Bellathorn wanted to go out on a date. I took her out on a date. She was all over me, and I'm kissing on her. Now I do really like Bellathorn. Bellathorn is my baby, but Molly Cyrus, she don't like Bellathorn because she feel like Bellathorn, stabbed her in the back and stuff like that because they knew each other for a little while, and I think they were friends. And I asked her about it. I'm like, so is you and my wife Molly Cyrus your friends? She's like, no, I don't know what she talking about. Like, how the fuck I stabbed her ass in the back? I really don't fucking know, but whatever. We'll digress from that, but whatever. So she's like, I always thought I was a better fit for you. I'm like, oh, you did? It's like, yeah. I'm like, really? It's like, I was really pissed off when you married her. I'm like, you did? You was mad? It's like, hell yeah, I was mad. I was actually filming a movie. I was in a few scenes. I wasn't doing no sex scenes or nothing, but I was in a few scenes of a movie. I was in the process of filming and getting and like doing the last couple of scenes. And once I was in my trailer, I'm looking on my phone and it says that you secretly married Miley Cyrus and that she was pregnant. I was so fucking angry at you. I'm like, you was like, I literally was like, I trashed my whole fucking trailer. You would have thought I was a rock and roll star. Like, I was that pissed off. I'm like, you was like, I was so mad at you. I'm like, oh, you was like, yes, I went home angry as shit. And I was so mad, I actually let my husband fuck because we haven't been fucking in a while. That's how mad I was. I'm like, okay. So, me and Bella Thorne, we had a good time on our date, spending time with her. And I know a lot of y'all like, well, what about Jenna? What about your wife, Jenna? I like to keep her safe, which is why I don't like talking about her too much. Because she already in the headlines. Everybody already talking about my wife, Jenna. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really like to talk about her more, you know what I'm saying? Because she is a mother of our kids. And that is a lot of, pressure and stuff like that. You know? So, when I was done with Bella Thorne, I did have to check up on, Miley Cyrus. That's my wife. And she like, baby, I think I felt the babies like kicking around. I'm like, you think you felt them? She's like, yeah. I'm nervous though. I can't believe it's triplets. I'm like, you can't believe it, huh? It's like, I mean, I know you put double doses in bitches when you nut. I know that. I'm like, yeah, you know how I do. It's like, yeah. She's like, David, if you are having sex with Bella Thorne, if you are, I don't know if you are, but if you are, David, I really I really would like it if you would stop because it's really fucking pissing me off. I'm like, I'm not, I mean, but I ain't doing nothing with Bella Thorne. She's like, but if you are, you working with this girl. Like you're around her. You're gonna be around this girl every day. And it's not like I'm really gonna be allowed on set. I'm like, you're my wife. Of course you're allowed on set. She's like, oh, I am? I'm like, yeah, it's like I didn't think I can like come, but I don't want you to think I'm babysitting you and stuff. I do want to give you your space and let you work and do your thing, but I don't trust her around you alone. You know, like, and then everybody's saying I'm looking old. I'm starting to look like my age. I'm like, you letting the public get to you, baby? It's like, no, I'm not letting it get to me. So I'm like, come here, you know you always gonna be sexy. You the sexiest girl in the world. It's like, oh, I am. I don't feel like I'm the sexiest girl in the world. Why don't you make me feel like it? I'm like, what you mean? It's like right now, make me feel the. She like make me feel like the sexiest girl in the world. So I'm like, okay, I think I got an idea. It's like, ooh, I think I love this idea. So Miley Cyrus, she was never mad at me. You know, she was never upset at me. You know what I'm saying? She just don't like a lot of celebrity girls around me, which I guess I understand. But when I was done with, Miley Cyrus and hanging out with my baby, I met up with Gorilla. Now, I took Gorilla to, one of my apartments and we set up, went to the movie theater. It's like, yo, you got a movie theater in your apartment? You got a fucking movie theater in your apartment. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I can't believe you want me to start taking my clothes off now. I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay. So she started taking her clothes off, and I'm like, I'll take your bra off. She's like, you want me to take my bra off? I'm like, yeah. It's like, you're very demanding. I think I like that. I mean, I do like a man in control. I'm like, you do? She's like, yeah. So what are we gonna watch? So we put on a movie and she like laying up on me. She like, so you sure you gonna be focused on that movie? I'm pretty sure you already seen it before. So I'm like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've seen it before. It's like, David, you ain't tell me to get like this for you not to touch me. So I'm touching on her, right? Feeling her titties and stuff, and I'm grabbing her ass. Next thing you know, we kissing. I'm at that. I did want to beat it up. I told Bow Wow I wanted to hit it. So that's before I knew this girl. I just because everybody was calling her ugly and stuff, and I was me and Bow Wow was talking about it, and I was just like, I would fuck the shit out of Gorilla. I'd tear her ass up. I don't think she ugly, you know. So we did end up having sex. We had sex all the way through the movie, like having sex. And Ice Spice, she was calling me before she went on stage, but I wasn't answering the phone. I was like having sex with Gorilla or whatever. And so Ice Spice like, why the fuck is he not answering the phone? She like, girl, it's David Sims. He probably with another bitch. You ain't think he was the only bitch that he was fucking. You ain't really think he was the only bitch, right? You couldn't have thought that. So she was like, girl, shut the fuck up. So she was like, anyway, girl, you need to get your ass on the stage. They're calling you. She's like, I ain't going on the stage until David answer the phone. So she's like, girl, stop being, girl, why you so damn clingy? He'll be there. It's like, no, he needs to answer the phone now. So she's like, girl, you need to fucking perform and worry about that shit later. So she like, fine, whatever. So she get on stage, right? Ice Spice performs, and I'm gonna tell you what happened after she was done performing, but I'm gonna go back to me and Gorilla. So me and Gorilla, after we was done, having sex, she was like, David, we fucked all the way through the movie. Like, have you ever fucked a girl all the way through a movie before? I'm like, yeah, lots of girls. Jenna Ortega, Zendaya. She's like, Zendaya, you did fuck Zendaya. I'm like, yeah, it's like you still fucking her. I'm like, I fuck her, from time to time. It's like, Zendaya. Wow. There's rumors that was having sex with like Selena Gomez. Is that true? I'm like, yeah. It's like, wait, wait, wait. I need to ask you something. You fucking Kendall Jenner. I'm like, yeah, yeah. It's like, so it's rumors that she pregnant. Is that true? Because people been saying they seen you leaving her house every night. I'm like, yeah, she pregnant. So she's like, oh my goodness. So you the father. I'm like, yeah, but she in her early stage. Like, you can't tell she pregnant yet. So it's like, wow, you done knocked up Kendall Jenner. So when you start fucking her, I'm like, we actually filming a movie together, and we done filming a movie. It's like, David, how many damn movies you got done? I'm like, well, before I got in this damn wheelchair, I had a lot of movies done. You know what I'm saying? I work all the time. I got a lot of movies out, a lot of TV shows out, music, everything. It's like, David, I know you're a big ass celebrity, but I'm like, It's a lot. You did a lot of fucking films. Like you be like literally grinding. I'm like, yeah, it's like I mean nobody works as hard as you do. That's the type of shit that turns me on. I'm like, dude, it's like I like a man like that. Like all over the place, everywhere. I'm like, oh, okay, it's like, that shit turns me on. Like real fucking hot. I'm like, oh, okay, it's like so. You date Ice Spice? That's your little bitch? I'm like, she's like, that's your little spicy bitch. I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm like, you know what I am? I'm like, what? She's like, I'm your gorilla bitch. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, cause you couldn't get enough of this. You was deep in this shit. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, I was pretty deep in it. She's like, you was pretty deep. You were very, very deep. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, so I'm assuming you want another one. I'm like, what are you, DJ Khaled? She's like, yep, tonight I am. So we kissing, we had sex again or whatever like that. And then I put on another movie after we had sex. The movie It, the old version of the movie It. I really don't like the new version of It. I know a lot of people like that shit, but I really don't like the old version. I mean, I like the old version of It. I don't like the new versions of It. I mean, they cool, they good, they very entertaining, but they just not like the original It. You know what I'm saying? So I always put on the original It because that's the one I really like. So I put that on. She's like, wait, is this it? I'm like, yeah. It's like, wait, this ain't the it that's like in theaters and stuff that was in theaters. I'm like, that's where they got that shit from. They got the fucking idea to make a reboot of it from the original it. She was like, oh, so this is where that shit started from. I'm like, yeah, this is the movie. This is the roots of the other it. She's like, oh shit. I ain't never know. I never knew it was an original it. I'm like, you ain't never know that. She's like, no. So this the original shit. I'm like, yeah. It's like, oh, okay. I kind of actually want to see this shit. But I mean, if you want to fuck, I mean, we got sex again. I'm like, so we looking at the movie, and I'm letting her look at the movie because she says she never seen it before. So I remember Ice Spice had to go off stage and she was going back on stage to do like the last part of her performance. So she took a little break and she had like, I say a half an hour before she went back on stage to do her other half of performing. So our friends like Ice Spice, that was the worst fucking performance of your damn life. Girl, can you get that man out of your fucking head? So she was like, what are you talking about? Everybody loved me on there. She's like, girl, that was a mess. That was a mess. I was fucking recording that shit. You want to see how the fuck you looked on stage? So she's like, what are you talking about? She's like, look, let me show you. Because you obviously didn't. You really think you did good. Because you definitely didn't. So she's like, look at this shit. This is you. So she like, so I don't see no problem. It's like, girl, you stumbling. She was like, you're stumbling over your words. You getting all the words wrong. You're not even fucking on beat. Look at you. She's like, okay, so what? Nobody noticed. Nobody cares. People loud as shit in this fucking club. There's a lot of people in here. You think they care from off beat? She's like, what are you fucking Blueface? She's like, no, I'm not Blueface. And don't compare me to his corny ass. So she's like, okay, all right, but I'm saying though, you need to be on beat. She's like, who gives a fuck if I'm not on beat? The fucking song is playing in the background anyway. So she's like, girl, you really need to get his ass out your head. This is one of your worst performances you ever did. She's like, what is that supposed to mean? She's like, you look worse than fucking, you look worse than every celebrity that ever got on stage. Matter of fact, you look worse than Omarion. She's like, Omarion? She's like, yeah, remember when his ass did that verses? And he was singing against, who was the fuck, who was he singing against? Was it Sammy? I don't know. I think it was fucking Mario. But anyway, he looked at fucking a mess. He sounded a mess. He looked at a mess. And he was doing creepy, weird ass shit. She's like, first of all, am I on stage eating the fucking watermelon? Because that's what the fuck he was doing. I'm not on stage eating fruit. So how the fuck, how are you going to compare me to that shit? So she like, I said first of all, I said your performance is worse than that. So she like, nobody performance can be worse than that. So she get back on stage and she do her other half. Now, I remember after we was, done watching the first part of It. Now, the original It is real long. She was like, oh, that was the end of that. So she was like, that was actually pretty good. I'm like, well, it's another part to it. She's like, it's another part to it. How long is this shit? So I'm like, it's like what, 4 hours? She's like, it's 4 hours? What is this, the damn Titanic? So I'm like, it's, I guess so. She's like, this ain't no damn love story. So I'm like, yeah. So I put it to the other side of the movie or whatever, right? So she's like, it's really another version of this shit. I'm like, yeah, it's when they all grown up. You just seen the version when they was kids. She was like, oh my goodness. You gotta be fucking kidding me. I'm not looking at this shit. Man, fuck me. Stop fucking me. I'll watch that shit another time. I already watched the fucking first half. So we had sex or whatever, right? We cutting up and beating it up or whatever, which was really good, by the way. I'm not even gonna lie. So after we was done, she was like, David, look, I gotta tell you something. I know you get a lot of pussy. I know you do. Like, I know you be fucking a lot of celebrity girls and stuff. But I really like want to be your girl, but I don't know if you just getting your nut off. Yeah, I'm like, no, I really do like you. I didn't think that you was really interested in me. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been interested. She's like, first of all, I've been interested in you for like a long time. You know how long it took me to get your number? I'm like, how long? It's like it took me months to get your number because nobody was trying to give it to me. I've been interested in you for a very long time. I'm like, you have? It's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know you was. She's like, well, I am. And she's like, but I gotta tell you something. Um, you know the rapper Moneybag Yo? I'm like, yeah. It's like, so, we kind of did the do. I'm like, yeah, it's sex. She's like, yeah, but he not my man. Like, I promise you, he is not my man. But he think he is. Like, he really think that I'm his girl. I'm like, so did you tell him? It's like, I keep telling his ass he's not my man. Like, we only had sex one time, and it wasn't really all that good. I'm like, it wasn't. So like, he was really drugged up. Like, he really couldn't hold out. So yeah, he wasn't all that great. It wasn't something that I will fucking go brag about to my friends. I didn't even tell my friends about it. That's how bad it was. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, and he thinks ever since that moment or that time we had sex, he thinks that I'm his girl or that we're dating, even though we never really went out on a date. So I'm like, she's like, but I'm your girl, and I just, what do I do to let him know that we're not dating, I'm like, you can block him on, social media. It's like, I never thought about doing that. I'm like, you can block him on social media. You can block him from calling you. You can do a whole bunch of shit, you know? It's a lot of ways you can let him know that you're not his girl. So it's like, you know what? I never thought about that. So she blocks him. She blocks him on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that. And he immediately calls her up or whatever, right? She's like, damn, I was just about to block him on here so he won't call me. Let me answer the phone. So he like, hello? So she was like, hello? And he like, look, I was just on your Instagram and all of a sudden it went blank. So it's like, yeah, yeah, so. So he like, why the fuck it went blank? It said that I'm blocked. Why you blocked me? She's like, because I did. So he like, yeah, it gotta be a mistake. It gotta be a mistake. You ain't really blocked me. She's like, no, it wasn't a mistake. I blocked you. So he like, why the fuck you blocked me? She was like, because Moneybag Yo, I'm not your girlfriend. I don't know why you keep telling people that we're dating, but I'm not your girl. I don't know what the fuck got in your head to make you think that I'm your bitch, but I'm not your girl. I'm very interested in somebody else. So he like, really? And who the fuck would be better than me? She's like, oh, trust me. The man that I'm interested in, she's like, the man that I'm interested in, he's 100%, he's a million times better than you. Trust me, and not just in the bed. So he's like, girl, I told you I was drunk. That's why I couldn't hold out. So she's like, I don't care. It doesn't matter how intoxicated you were. It don't got nothing to do with the sex. I'm just not into you, period. So he like, So you fucking use me? You use me for some damn dick? She's like, first of all, we used each other that night. That night, we used each other. You wanted to fuck, I wanted some dick, and it just happened. We were both drunk. It just happened, but it was the worst fucking time of my damn life. So don't act like I used you and only you. You used me too. So we used each other. So just because I didn't have a great time being fucking used, don't mean that we didn't use each other. And it never happened again after that night. So I don't know why the fuck you going around telling people that I'm your girlfriend. I'm not your girlfriend, and I'm never going to be your girlfriend. So stop telling people that shit. So he's like, you a bitch. I did you a fucking favor and I got on that song for you. I made that song a hit for you. She's like, I can make my own hits. I don't need you to do anything for me. Okay? You are not that poppin'. Not like you think you are. I can make my own hits and I do got my own hit. Internet Trolls, that's a fucking hit. And that don't got you on it. That's just me rapping on that. So please stop going around acting like I fucking need you. Cause I don't need you. So he like, you are a bitch. You are always going to be a bitch. So she like, yo, he's like, yo, I'm tired of helping thirsty ass bitches out like you. I'm tired of helping bitches out like you. Y'all need me. Y'all fucking use me and then y'all gonna throw me to a side. I ain't never doing that shit again. She's like, first of all, thirsty? Thirsty? Really? We really gonna go there and say I'm thirsty? When was I ever thirsty for you? Bitch, you know what? I ain't even gonna sit on this phone and argue with you because this is gonna be a waste of time. Whatever. Just know that I'm gonna block you from calling me. He was like, bitch, I don't need to call you. I got mad bitches on speed dial. She's like, yeah, okay, which is why Megan Thee Stallion stopped fucking with your ass. So she hang up the phone, whatever, right? And she like, he kind of pissed me off a little bit. But then she started laughing because it was kind of funny. So she was laughing at him. She was like, I hate when rappers know they're not as relevant as they used to be. I hate when they always feel like they did another celebrity a favor. Like, you ain't do me no damn favor by being on that song. You did not do me a favor. And first of all, the song, it's a hit, but it ain't like my other songs. So don't get it twisted. Like, you really didn't do me no fucking favors. And I wasn't thirsty. So I don't know where the fuck he got that from. These damn celebrity males, they be really like big headed. They got really big ass egos. So I'm like, yeah, I guess they do. So I mean, not you, David. I ain't saying you. You don't got no ego. I'm definitely not saying you. I don't want you to think that I'm putting you like in the same category as the rest of them because I'm definitely not. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, we had sex and we cut up and stuff, which was really good. And Gorilla, I mean, I told y'all, to me, she real pretty. I always thought that she was attractive. So I remember after, Ice Spice was done doing her performance, they was like, girl, that was the fucking worst show you ever fucking did in history. So the promoter was like, yo, Ice Spice, what the fuck was that? So she was like, what are you talking about? I came here and did my job. He like, yo, I'm paying you $50,000 for that. That was a fucking horrible ass show. That was a fucking mess. I'm keeping my money. She's like, you giving me my fucking money. He's like, you lucky I already paid your damn fucking manager. You lucky I already paid him. What the fuck is wrong with you? Where was your mind at when you was performing? Because it wasn't on that damn show. So she like, you know what? Fuck you and this club. So she like, I'm leaving. So she get in the club, she go into her car. They're like, oh, Ice Spice, you are on. What the fuck is going on with you, girl? Why are you losing it? You doing all this shit over some dick, girl. You about to lose your buzz. So she like, yo, shut the fuck up. Because nobody gave a shit how off key I was. Nobody cared. Everybody was still jamming out to my fucking song. So it doesn't matter if I was off key or whatever. So what? Not every fucking celebrity have fucking good performances. So I had one bad performance. So sue me. So she like, yo, where are you going? She like, to find my man. So she's like, okay, but he probably like, you know what? Y'all don't get it. Y'all not putting this shit together. So they like, what is it? She's like, whoa, I'm in love. Can't y'all see that shit? So they're like, yo, but you can't be in love. The songs that you talk about, she's like, fuck those songs. I ain't never get in this fucking business to be really fucking famous where I can't even walk down the street. David, my boyfriend, I experienced that being around him, and I never want to go through that shit. That's not a way to live. I don't want to live that fucking way. So she like, okay, she's like, yeah, I want to be able to walk down the street. I want to be able to go in a fucking store and buy something without being mobbed or getting trapped inside of a fucking store. That happens to David everywhere he fucking goes. You understand me? So I don't want that fucking life. Okay? I don't want it. I just want the fucking money. Give me the money. Give me the bread. That's all I want. Fuck that fame shit. I don't care. I don't need it. So she like, okay, all right. She's like, yeah, so get out of my fucking way. So she get in the car and her friends like, yo, what the fuck they got in the ice spice? So they like, we already know what they got in it. She like, we already know what they got up in her. So she's like, if you say dick, I'm gonna slap the shit out you. She's like, well, it's true. It is dick. So I remember Ice Spice called me. She's like, David, where the fuck are you? I was calling you before I went on stage. I'm like, oh yeah, I was a little bit busy. I was taking care of some stuff. She's like, oh, okay. Well, you want to meet back at the studio? I was gonna grab some food and stuff on the way there. I'm like, yeah, you bring your pretty ass there. It's like, but I don't got the key to get in. I'm like, just let me know when you at the building. I'll be there. It's like, all right. Okay, I'm gonna pick up some food and stuff for us. I guess I'll see you there. I'm like, yeah, it's like, all right. So she's like, well, wait, we still gonna work on that baby, right? I'm like, yeah, yeah, we are. It's like, all right, well, all right, bye. So I remember she get off the phone with me. She's like, oh, you about to go see your little spicy bitch? I'm like, yeah, it's like, I'll let you go see her little ass. I'll let you go see her while you thinking about me. I'm like, oh, really? It's like, you know you like having sex with me. I'm like, I do. It's like, so we don't gotta tell her I'm your girlfriend. We can keep it a secret for now. I'm like, okay, I like that. She was like, but we definitely meeting up again, right? I'm like, yeah, we definitely is. Like, okay, all right. Oh, just to let you know, I mean, you could get me pregnant. I mean, I don't mind, having a baby or two. I mean, if it's by you. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, yeah, I mean, I can slow my career down. I'll do it for you. I'm like, oh, you would? It's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. She's like, all right, I'm gonna go back to my friends. I'll see you, what? When can I see you again? I'm like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning? Okay. I'll call you. I'm like, all right. It's like, all right. I guess I'll see you in a few hours then. I'm like, yeah. It's like, all right. So she get up. I'm like, damn. She's like, what are you doing? So I bent her over, started beating it up again because she was like, she just had a body. I'm telling you, Gorilla, she got a body on her, yo. I don't care, no, she got a body on her. So yeah, I'm beating it up or whatever. It was good. And then I let her leave or whatever. So she calls me as I'm like, on my way to meet up with Ice Spice. She's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I was thinking about you. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about your little pretty ass too. She's like, you really think I'm pretty? Because everybody think I'm ugly. I'm like, I don't think you ugly. I was telling Bow Wow how pretty and sexy you are. It's like, you was. I'm like, yeah, it's like, you think I'm real pretty? I'm like, yeah, I think you're a pretty girl. Well, I don't know why you don't think so. It's like, I don't know. I'm like, I think you sexy. It's like, you think I'm sexy? I'm like, yeah, it's like, good. Because as long as you think I'm sexy, I don't really care what everybody else think. I'm like, you don't? It's like, hell no, I never do. So it's like, all right, I'll see you at 3 in the morning. I'm like, yes, yeah, like, all right. I'm gonna need some rest after all that dick I just got. I'm intoxicated with that dick. I'm like, oh, you are? It's like, I can't even, Jay, she's like, David, I can't even drive straight. Like, I'm literally dizzy as shit from like, I'm trying to come to from all the fucking that we just did. All that nasty shit we just did up in your apartment. And it was really nasty. I'm like, yeah, it's like, you are a nasty, nasty little man. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Famous and very attractive, but very nasty and very, very good in bed. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, very impressed. Thoroughly impressed. I'm like, oh, you are? It's like, yeah, I am. So I remember I get off the phone with her, and she ain't really want to get off the phone. She goes back to her friends and like, Gorilla, what happened, girl? Damn, look at you. You gonna have to get your hair done. She's like, yeah, girl, it was the best. It was the best date I ever had. So she's like, y'all must have fucked. She's like, oh yeah, we did more than fuck. So they're like, oh, so what y'all do? She's like, none of y'all damn business. They're like, well, we your best friends. You're not gonna tell us, Gorilla? She's like, yo, all right, first thing. All right, so when I got there, he wanted me to take my clothes off. She's like, so you did it? She's like, yeah, I fucking did it. It's David Sims. Like, you would have did it too. She's like, I mean, yeah, I would have did it. She's like, okay, so you took your clothes off. She's like, yeah, I was in my panties. And then he told me to take my bra off, and then I did it. So he put on this movie, and at first I'm laying up on him, and he looking like he don't want to touch me. And then I'm like, I know you ain't tell me to get naked for you not to feel up on this. Like, you got all this titties and all this shit up on you, and you don't want to touch me. So we touching each other. He touching my titties. Next thing you know, a fucking beast came out of his ass because I have never got fucked like that before in my life. So she's like, oh, so he was like that good. It's like, girl, I had like, I'm not over exaggerating, but I think I had like 10 orgasms, maybe 8. But it was good, like back to back. Like, girl, I can't even stand up. Like, look at me. I look like I'm fucking drunk. But we ain't even do no drinking. So she like, you do look like you high. She's like, girl, I'm high off that dick. I'm high off that love. That's my man. So she like, well, y'all like what I think? She's like, well, yeah, for now, Miss. I told him I can be a secret girlfriend because I don't want to like, I don't like all that drama shit. She's like, so y'all like a thing? It's like, yeah, we meeting up again at 3 o'clock in the morning. She's like, and that's like a few hours away. She's like, yeah, girl, he loved this pussy. So she's like, oh, so he's beating it up. She's like, oh yeah. Even when I was about to leave, I had got up to put my clothes on. Girl, he bent me over. He started having sex with me again. So she's like, y'all must be y'all gonna turn into sexaholics. She's like, well, David admitted that he a sexaholic. He admitted it. He straight up said it. Before we even had sex the first time, he was like, I'm a sexaholic. He literally said it. It's not like he didn't admit that he was a sexaholic. He said he was. So she's like, so you gonna let him turn you out? So she's like, I don't know, I guess. She's like, girl, you better not fuck this up. This money train, you better not fuck this up, Gorilla. She's like, nobody's gonna fuck it up. She's like, I'm just saying, girl, you got everything. You at the top of your game. No, don't let him knock you up. He knock you up, it's you over. She's like, what, if I get pregnant? She's like, yeah, if you get pregnant, like, I don't want to be that famous. I don't want to be famous where I can't go out the fucking damn door and do shit. I see that shit with him. Like, you see how when he go outside, them fucking streets be flooded with bitches? I can't go through that shit. That shit'll fucking stress me out. That's too much pressure on anybody. I don't know how the hell he can bring out songs and do the shit he do without feeling like pressure on him. Like, he got too much pressure. He a damn daddy. He got kids. He got wives and all types of shit. And he got all this fucking damn pressure where his fans are all like they all about him. So it's like he can't fuck up. So I just don't want that type of pressure. That's too much pressure for any celebrity. And I don't want that shit. I mean, I want to be famous, but not that damn famous. So she like, I just want money, some good ass dick, and I'm good. If I get pregnant, then whatever, I get pregnant. If I lose fans because I'm living my life, because I'm not going to stop living my life because of my fans. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to fucking get depressed or stress myself out because my fans don't expect me to have a boyfriend or they don't expect me to get dick because of what I'm saying in my songs. So it's a fucking song. Get over it. Not everything you hear is the fucking truth. Not everything you hear is relevant. So it's like, it's a song. Either you like the song or you don't. But don't fucking try to label me and say, oh, I'm lying about what I'm saying in my songs because I have a boyfriend or I'm getting fucked or I end up pregnant. So what? Who gives a fuck? What, is the end of the world because somebody knocked me up? Get over yourself. I'm living my fucking life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm living my best life. I'm fucking famous. I'm successful. I'm with a boy, I'm with a man that I want to be with, and it's like I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Whatever. If I get pregnant, that's my business, not theirs. And it's not like I'm gonna go online and be like, "Oh, I'm pregnant, y'all." If they figure it out, if they figure out that I'm pregnant, then they just figure that shit out. But I'm not gonna go online and tell everybody. And it's not like I'm hiding it, because I don't hide nothing from anybody. So if they figure it out, if they see me out and about with y'all and with my team, and they like, well, Gorilla look pregnant. If I look pregnant to them, then I guess I'm pregnant. Okay, whatever. You figured it out. Kudos to you. But I'm not gonna sit there and go and tell my business to the whole world. Like they figure it out, they figure it out. It's like, so when you gonna tell your fans that you and David dating? It's like, I just told you I ain't for that drama shit. He dating that spicy bitch, Ice Spice. So I don't know when we gonna go public, but we gonna go public when we decide to. But right now we just having fun with the shit. I'm his girl. Like we know that we dating. I know he knows that I'm his bitch, and that's the only thing that really matters to me. It doesn't matter if a whole bunch of people know if we dating. When they if they figure it out, then they just figure it out that we fucking. But other than that, I can care fucking less. I always hate the celebrity girls that always get mad because they want the public to know that they're in a relationship with a certain person. Like that shit is weird to me. It always been weird to me. So anyway, I go meet up with Ice Spice, and she was like, "So I got us some snacks." I'm like, "You did?" It's like, "Yeah." Why did you didn't answer the phone when I was calling you? I'm like, "I told you I was busy, baby." She's like, "Oh, okay." So we go in and we kiss, and I ended up beating it up or whatever right away. I was, she was horny. So I was beating it up right away. It's like everybody telling me that that was my worst performance ever. I'm like, well, I'm like, do you feel like it was your worst performance ever? She's like, I'm not gonna lie. It probably was, David. It probably was the worst performance I ever gave. I mean, I'll be real with you, David. I wasn't really feeling that performance. I'm like, you wasn't, baby. She's like, no, I wasn't. I didn't really want to do it. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to stay here and be with you and be up under you. And I felt like I was forced to perform, and I didn't want to do it. I'm like, it's like because like I've been like on the road for months performing and touring and stuff, and I didn't really have a chance to sit back and enjoy all this shit. It's like everything's happening so fucking fast. And I just really want to sit back and enjoy my success. I just want to enjoy that shit. So I'm like, I get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, I just never had a chance to enjoy everything. I'm like, yeah, I get what you're saying. It's like, so it's like I'm not mad at the fact that I did a fucked up performance, because it could have happened to anybody. Like lots of celebrities have bad performances every once in a while. It happens. Not every celebrity do good performances. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She's like, not every celebrity do a good performance. I'm like, yeah, you're right. She's like, yeah. So it's like, I mean, like, I really don't care, but my friends do, and they just like, yo, that was like the worst performance you ever did. And even the promoter said it. The promoter, like, I'm paying you $50,000 for you to do that bullshit ass performance. Like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, did he still pay you? She's like, he still paid me. He still gave me my money and stuff. But yeah, I mean, like, after everything's said and done, I don't really care. I'm like, it's like, no, I'm not really. So I'm like, you still my baby. He's like, David, don't ask me that, because I was calling your phone before I went on stage and you wasn't answering it. And it was really, really pissing me off. So I'm like, it was like, yes, because I was like, why are you not answering the phone? I'm like, okay, don't you gotta go out of town and finish your tour? It's like, no. I'm like, you don't? It's like, no, I'm gonna stay here with you. Oh, you don't want to make that baby no more? I'm like, no, I want to make the baby. He's like, oh, I thought you was kind of going back on your word. I'm like, no, are you sure you ready for that? It's like, I'm sure I'm ready for it. You sure you ready for it? So I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. It's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. It's like, okay. So I remember we had sex, cutting up. And, I do like my girls to talk dirty while I'm, pretty much beating it up or whatever. So yeah, I love my girls talking dirty. That's just pretty much where my mind is at. And I talk dirty too when I have sex with them, which was really good. So I spent a lot of time with Ice Spice and looking at movies with her and eating and making love to her. And then I took her to one of my apartments, um, and I let her get some rest. And she was asleep. I checked everything, make sure she was safe, and I left. And I met up with Gorilla, and we went to another apartment, not the same apartment. I got a lot of apartments. Actually, I own an apartment complex, a couple of them in different states and stuff like that. So yeah, I took her to a different apartment, and Gorilla was like, David, she's like, I couldn't wait to get back to you. I'm like, did you get any rest? Like, I mean, does it look like I got any rest? I'm like, I mean, it kind of don't look like you got no rest. Like, I mean, I got like an hour of sleep, but I don't know. I just couldn't stop thinking about me and you. I'm like, really? It's like, especially all that stuff we did. And we definitely did a lot of stuff. I'm like, yeah, it's like, look, David, I was talking to my friends and they were saying shit like, do I care about if other people know about us dating? And I want to let you know, it don't matter to me if the whole world know we dating. As long as we know we're in a relationship, that's the only thing that really fucking matters. I'm like, you sure? It's like, yeah. I mean, like, cause when people get into famous people relationships, it like, it's like once once they get into famous people relationships, it kind of fucks up the mode of the relationship because they're in it. They're in the relationship, and it's like they're voicing their opinion about, oh, why did Gorilla do this? Why did she say this? Why did David let her get away with this? Or why did Gorilla let David? You know what I'm saying? It's like when people are in your relationship, that gives them the leeway to say things and put their opinion on shit. And I just don't want nobody to be in my business. Because it's like, first of all, you don't know what's happening in our relationship. You don't know how he's treating me. You don't know what's going on. So it's like, you really don't have a right to say how you feel because you don't know. You're not in the relationship. You're going off theories. You're going off, what you think you know, which you have obviously no fucking clue of. Because a lot of people, they think they got the knowledge about a lot of shit, which they don't. When I be looking online, David, I be seeing a lot of celebrities, or not celebrities, I meant to say regular people. I be seeing a lot of regular people, they be talking about celebrities in the industry and how, and I won't lie, the industry is very dark. It is dark. There's some dark shit that comes along with the industry. I won't lie about that. But not everybody into that satanic shit. So they be trying to make it seem like every rapper and every singer and every actor and all of us, we all in the same circle doing the same demonic shit. First of all, I ain't with that shit. So if you think that I'm with that shit, then go ahead and think that shit. But I'm not with it. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't put me in the same fucking label as all these other celebrities. Yeah, they definitely sold out to get to the top. But is it really fucking worth it? Because you get all the money that you want, but you're not really happy. You fucking miserable. All you doing is buying clothes and jewelry to cover up the emptiness that's inside of you. So it's like, yeah, all the money in the world is not nothing to compare to being real happy and satisfied with your life. So I don't want all the money in the world if it comes with being miserable. If it comes with being miserable, you can miss me at the door with that shit. Because I do not want to be miserable being rich. And then having people leeching off me and shit. Like, Yeah, you can have that. They can all have that shit. They can have it. They can have their shit, and I don't want it because I seen a lot of them celebrities. I met them, and I know you met them, David. You famous. I met them. They look miserable as shit. They look miserable as shit. Even the ones that's married, they look like they not even married. They look like they don't even want to sit next to each other. So it's like, why the fuck would I want that? Like, you think I'm gonna chase after that shit? Like, no, thank you. I'm totally fucking good. So I'm like, I get what you said. It's like, yeah, I didn't peeped a lot of shit, David. I didn't definitely peeped a lot of shit. These niggas are not the ones that people be thinking like Jay-Z and Beyonce are not married. I mean, they married, but they ain't together. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like they ain't like a couple anymore. But yeah, they still technically married, but they ain't go public and let people know that they ain't together no more. They ain't together. And you know who told me that shit? I'm like, who's like Beyonce? Me and Beyonce was sitting down talking and at an event. And she just came out and said, she was like, oh, he ain't my husband no more. We ain't married. We've been like not together for like years now. Like we don't even sleep in the same bed. But you know, for business purposes, we let the world think we still together. So Beyonce is not with Jay-Z. I'm like, yeah, I already knew that. She's like, you did? How you know that? I'm like, cuz I've been fucking Beyonce. She's like, whoa, what? What? You been fucking B? You fuck Beyonce? I'm like, yeah. It's like, well, you better get her ass to come down on them tickle prices. I'm like, look, I don't got nothing to do with that. That's her fucking career. I don't got nothing to do with how she deal with her fans. I only can deal with my fans my damn way. I'm not gonna tell somebody how to deal with their fans. That's her career. So she's like, yeah, you right. But you fuck Beyonce? I'm like, yeah. Little secret though. She pregnant. She's like, you what? I'm like, yeah. She's like, that explains when Jay-Z tried to give her that fucking liquor and she didn't want it. Oh my God. You got her pregnant. I'm like, yeah. She's like, what the fuck? I can't believe this shit. Cause she came out of her mouth and said they're not together. She said that shit herself. I'm like, yeah. You know they business people. And Jay-Z and Beyonce are business people. So you think they're gonna go online and say that they divorced or that they're not together? They're gonna have the world think that they still together. She's like, and you be fucking Beyonce. I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh my God, get the fuck out of here. So after I was done with after I was done with Gorilla, spending time with Gorilla, she kind of wanted to stay at my apartment. And I actually went to go see Beyonce. Because talking about Beyonce, I wanted to go see her. So I went to go see Beyonce. And she's like, hey, baby, you can come in. I'm like, hey, babe, how's the pregnancy going? It's like, I miss you. I really, really miss you. I'm like, I miss you too, baby. So what's up? It's like, oh, this is killing me. I don't like my fans going crazy. I'm not the one that raised the prices on them tickets. I didn't do it. My team did it. I'm like, okay, it's like I'm trying to talk them out of it, but I can't. It's killing me that they thinking that I'm like taking their money and stuff, and everybody know that I'm not doing that. Like, it's killing me, David. It's killing me, and I'm not supposed to be stressed out being pregnant. I'm like, yeah, it's not good for the baby. It's like, I know, I know. I'm like, so how's you and Jay-Z? It's like, David, it ain't good. We ain't seeing eye to eye. And he wants me to move out and all this shit. And I feel like it's my house. I feel like I don't need to move out because I pay for it. And then he's like, no, I pay for it. And then I'm like, well, I guess we both pay for it. And so I'm like, well, I ain't leaving. So he like, well, I ain't leaving either. So we at war. We at war. We doing everything really secretly, because we don't want the public to know. And then we fighting over who gonna get custody over the kids. We fighting over that. That's a battle. And it's too much. And not to mention, we gotta go to these award shows and act like we happy and we a thing and all this shit. But in reality, we're not really fucking happy. We miserable, and I am really, really hating my life right now. I'm like, shit. Like, I mean, I don't hate it when you come around. I love it when you come around. I love your company. I love how we make love and stuff. But how come you ain't been coming around lately? Like, I ain't been seeing you in like a few weeks. What's up with that? I'm like, I've been working and taking care of some things. I know, I'm married. Jenna Ortega, my wife. She's like, yeah, I know about that. I mean, y'all make some pretty babies. Congratulations. I'm like, okay. It's like, anyway, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do about these tickets, David. I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with these bitches. Like, what do they want me to do about these damn tickets? I try to get the prices down, but they like no, because they gonna still pay for it even though they complaining about it. Even though they complaining about the tickets being too high, they still gonna pay for that shit. People are still gonna pay for it. You still gonna sell out that damn arena in every city. It doesn't matter what they say. These people that's getting online talking about it, they're a bunch of no damn bodies. You think that your tickets ain't gonna sell? They still gonna sell. So they was like, it's only $1,000. It's a lot of people out there that got that much money. So I'm like, yeah, but what about the people that don't got $1,000? What about the people that got to pay bills that wants to see my show? And they're like, well, they just gonna have to see that shit on TV. And they was like, you Beyonce, you need to stop doing charity work. And that's what my team is saying. They literally saying this stuff to me. I'm like, but it's making me out to be the bad guy. Y'all don't gotta take these damn blows. I gotta take that shit. Y'all don't gotta look on the internet and seeing everybody saying that I'm fucking robbing them of their fucking money. You don't gotta take that shit. I do. I gotta take that abuse. So y'all sitting up there setting me up for failure because everybody thinking that I'm robbing them. So I can't believe that y'all would set me up to that. Yeah, we setting you up to be rich. You rich, but you can always be richer. And so what if they online bashing you? So what? Who cares? You Beyonce. You beyond that. Who gives a fuck? We gonna be rich after everything is said and done. Okay? You are still gonna be the queen bee, and they are still gonna be a whole bunch of damn nobodies. So obviously I can't get through to them, David. I'm like, okay, well do you want to get through to them? She's like, I tried. Yeah, I do, because I want everybody to know that my tour is open up to everybody, not just people that got money. But I guess it's out of my control. I'm like, I can tell that it's really been on your mind. It's like, it has. And a lot of people think that I don't be worried about that stuff, but I do. I never said that I don't care about my fans. I do. I care about them, and I do want everybody to attend my fucking tour. They know that. But it's like, it's nothing I can do when people are raising up the fucking prices on my tickets. My price for my tickets was $100. That's the price that I went with. I turn around and I look at the fucking tickets and they saying that it's $1,000. I never agreed to that shit. I'm like, you did like David, I never agreed to it. I never agreed to them to fucking do that. Like, I never told them to fucking raise the price up. I'm like, okay, I believe you. It's like, yeah. Anyway, David, let's not talk about that. I don't want to get stressed out any more than I'm already stressed out talking about it. So we ended up having sex, me and Beyonce, which I've been keeping a secret of making love to Beyonce. But Beyonce is not a bad girl. She's not a bad girl. A lot of people don't know these celebrities or talk to them and stuff like that. They just go off with theories and, Beyonce is into demonic shit. She's not into that shit. She's forced to do the stuff that she's doing. She's forced. They're forcing her to do that stuff. She's not into that shit. The girl is really scared. When I talk to her, she's a scared girl. She's very scared. She's afraid that they're going to kill her. You see what I'm saying? So if you got people that's afraid that they're going to lose their damn life if they don't do what the fucking people tell them to do, they can't force me to do shit. That's a difference. See, I'm a different story. They can't force me to do a damn thing. So since they can't force me to do a damn thing, they just make money off me, which is totally fine. But all these other celebrities, they can control. You know what I'm saying? They can't control my wife Jenna because they know that's my wife. That she off limits. They can't control Miley because now she my wife. So it's a little bit different. Once you become my wife, then things kind of change. They're like, damn, he actually married this girl, so now we can't control this girl no more. Cause now he gonna get into the picture. Now he gonna step into it, and we know we can't do shit to him. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, Beyonce just a scared girl, man. Y'all need to stop judging her. You know what I'm saying? She's just a scared girl just doing what she told to do. That's it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, after we was done making love, and I'm like, baby, I gotta go. It's like, you gotta leave. I ain't seen you in like a few weeks. I thought you was gonna hang out. Maybe we can like look at a movie and cuddle. You don't miss doing that? I'm like, I definitely miss doing that, baby. He's like, well, come on, let's look at a movie. So we look at a movie. I had sex while the movie was on. We wasn't really looking at the movie. Yeah, we cut up and make love and stuff. Before you say it, I'm not the reason why Beyonce and Jay-Z broke up. Maybe I am, but I feel like, they were already, getting a divorce and not seeing eye to eye way before I got into the picture. You know what I'm saying? So I remember Jay-Z comes home and he sees me with Beyonce in the bed. He like, see, I ain't even gonna do nothing to David. I ain't gonna do nothing to him because it ain't my fault. It ain't David's fault that you're a hoe. She's like, excuse me, I am not a hoe. First of all, you got your girlfriend that you bring over here. I don't say anything about that, so I can't bring my man over here. So he like, this is why your ass not getting custody of the babies. This is exactly why. Cause you do shit like this. This is exactly why. It's like, oh, I am not. First of all, I have the door shut and we're like, so he's like, I just heard y'all having sex. It's like, so what? I'm not allowed to have sex. I mean, I'm having his babies for God's sake. So he's like, you can have his babies, you can be with him, you can actually fucking marry him. But the number one thing you're not getting is this fucking house and the fucking kids. You're not getting them. So you can think you're getting them, but you never gonna beat me. You can never beat me. I got too much fucking power, girl. You can never beat me, Beyonce. I made your ass. Okay? I made you Beyonce. If it wasn't for me, you would not be who the fuck you are, girl. I made you. And I easily can break your ass. So don't ever in your damn life think you gonna fucking win going up against me. You ain't never gonna fucking win. You ain't getting this house and you're not getting these kids. So you can go ahead and fuck off thinking that you're gonna get the fucking house. You're not getting the house and you're not getting the kids. So she's like, you're not taking my kids away from me. I birthed them. And she's like, I don't care if you fucking birthed them. I made them. I made them. It's my sperm that was in your egg. They my fucking kids. So I gotta say so. I don't care how long you carried those fucking babies in your stomach. I don't give a fucking shit. You think I care? They my babies. Okay? So you can go to hell. You can go ahead and be with David and do whatever you want with his ass, but you are not gonna fucking take my kids away from me, and you are not taking this house away from me. Fuck you, and not fuck David, because David, you cool. I fuck with you. But fuck you and fuck your damn career, because I can break your ass right the hell now. But, I'm not that petty. So have fun with David in his fucking room. But your ass is definitely not getting the kids. And you ain't getting this damn house either. She's like, how many times you gonna say that? How many times? I get it. Okay, you win. Whatever. I'll move out. So he's like, yeah, move the fuck out. So she like started crying and she was really emotional. She was crying. It's like, this happens every night, David. We argue every night. If you wasn't here, we still would have argued. I'm like, y'all do this every night? It's like, yeah, we argue every night. I'm like, oh, I didn't know y'all do this every night. It's like, every night, David. This happens every night. So I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, I just can't do this shit no more. He wins. He wins. I'll fucking leave. Whatever. I'll give him what he want. I'll leave. I just can't do it. I'm like, okay, so you gonna leave your kids? Like, David, I'm not gonna win with him. You heard him. You heard him, David. You heard him. I'm not gonna win. I'm not gonna win I'm just not gonna win, David. And it's Jay Z. He got too many connects. I'm not gonna win going up against him. I'm just gonna leave and I'm just not gonna go up against him. I'm just not gonna even do it. I'm like, all right, okay, you scared? It's like, yeah, I'm scared, David. So yeah, I'm scared. I'm like, okay, so like, I'm just gonna move out and just give him what he want. So I'm like, okay. It's like, look, David, I know you don't understand, but maybe one day you will. I'm like, I mean, I guess. I mean, look, that's y'all marriage. She's like, you still love me though, right? Like, I'm still your girl. I'm like, yeah, I still love you. Look, I'm not getting in the middle of that. That's y'all situation. She's like, thank you for not getting in the middle of it, David. So I remember me and Beyonce did have sex, and I went to my wife, Jenna Ortega, at the bed with Beyonce. She's like, hey, baby. I'm like, hey, girl, you ready to start filming? She's like, yeah, I guess. I'm like, do you love me? She's like, yeah, I love you. I'm like, what's wrong, baby? She's like, I'm just tired of sharing you. I'm like, you tired of sharing me? He's like, yeah, with these celebrity girls. And look, David, I know I fucked up. I know, but I think I suffered enough. And I think I've been more than patient. I've been definitely a team player. You can't say I haven't. I'm like, you've been a team player. You have. I've been peeping how cooperative you've been. Like you've been understanding about a lot of stuff. It's like I've been very understanding. I think I suffered enough, David. I'm like, okay, you have. It's like I want my husband back. I'm like, you always had me. It's like, yeah, but you know what I mean when I say that, David. I'm like, I know what you mean, baby. So me and Jenna Ortega, we had sex, we cut up, and then I'll bring my daughters in the room with us. She's like, see, that's our babies. We made those babies. I'm like, it's like, and then you got me pregnant again, David. Like, look, we're gonna have a really big family. So I'm like, yeah, it's like, I'm your wife. There's no getting rid of me, ever. I'm like, I know that, baby. It's like, anyway, guess who tried to stand up one of your daughters? She tried to stand up and fell back down. She can't really stand up, but it was kind of cute. It was so cute. I had to film it. She was trying to do it all day. I'm like she was trying to stand up. It's like she was trying to stand up, but she can't. It's so cute. Let me show you. So she showed me the video. I'm like, oh wow, is that David Jr.? She's like, yeah, that's David Jr. I'm like, it is like, mm-hmm. Yep, he's trying to stand. She's trying to stand like her father. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, cause I was holding a picture up of you, and she was standing up trying to get to the picture, saying she was saying dad. I'm like, she was saying my name. She's like, she said dad. She's like dad. Like she was saying it, David. She said dad. I'm like, she did. She's like, mm-hmm. And she's not like even one yet, and she's already kind of like saying dad. I'm like. Well, you know they're advanced babies, so they're very different from other babies. She's like, yo, I was like, I was crying. Like, she said, dad. I'm like, oh, so she know I'm. She's like, David, they know that you the daddy. They know you, they father. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, yeah, she literally was trying to get to that picture. So I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna stop it at me being with my wife Jenna Ortega and thugging and stuff. But yeah, I thought I'd tell y'all, what's going on in my love life and Ice Spice and Gorilla and all that, and even throw Beyonce up in there. But I got a new single coming out. I always drop my singles in the morning. It's called "Hold Me Tight." Ice Spice. Yeah, Bow Wow. He always gonna be my man. He always gonna be my nigga. That's my man. That's my best friend, man. But he'll be alright. He'll be alright. I'll let y'all later though. I know y'all was like, what I'm saying, I know what y'all was thinking, but I'll let y'all later.